Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever and whenever you are viewing today's pre-recorded on-demand webinar. Thanks so much, folks, for joining us. My name is Jim Marini and proud to be your host here today to talk about Glacier National Park. Did you know this is our #1 best-selling trip with Amtrak Vacations? And we're going to talk more about that in just a little bit. But to get started, what are we going to cover today? And folks, we're going to do this in about 25 to 30 minutes. All right. So I hope you could join us all the way through. Important things to know about traveling by train. Popular destinations to consider, yes, in Glacier National Park, and routing your vacation right from your hometown Amtrak train station. So if we have any folks viewing and watching and listening here today, if you do not like to fly or you don't feel like driving, you could start at your local Amtrak train station. Now, for those of you who may not be as familiar with Amtrak Vacations, we are part of the Yankee Leisure Group family of brands. And if you look on the left-hand side, yes, that is Amtrak Vacations. We are the official tour operator here in the United States for Amtrak. And the beautiful part is we do way more than just rail. We can take care of your train tickets, your hotels, sightseeing tours, meals, activities, even car rentals. We have packages from 3, 4, 5 days, weekend, week-long getaways to 1 and 2 weeks long, including the beautiful national parks. Now, if you look at the brochure on the right-hand side, that is our sister brand, Rail Bookers. As you can see with my nice logo shirt here that I'm wearing, this is all of our international trips throughout Canada, Europe, and around the world, and even including train trips in Alaska. So for those of you who still want to stay domestically, initially in the near future before traveling internationally eventually, you can even do that in Alaska with our sister brand Rail Bookers. Now, today it is about Glacier National Park, and it is about the continental USA, the lower 48. And did you know you can actually travel from today? Whenever you are viewing today's pre-recorded on-demand webinar, you can literally leave from today, tomorrow, in the next 1 to 2 days, 1 to 2 weeks, 1 to 2 months, all the way up to 2024. Can you believe it, folks? 2024. So if you want to plan today and travel at a later date, you have that opportunity. Now, there's so many reasons why travelers love Amtrak Vacations. These are the top 5 reasons. If you look at the top left-hand corner, when you book your rail vacation of a lifetime, or when your travel advisor books your rail vacation of a lifetime for you, he or she is speaking to one of our rail experts who knows the best routes, the best train schedules, all right? Everything to do with the routing in the United States. Now, as I mentioned, you can book and travel from today all the way until 2024. We also have a maximum flexibility offer going on right now, and I'll tell you more about that at the end of today's presentation. We also have the largest rail vacation selection in the United States, let alone the world, of independent style rail vacations, flexible, independent travel. And I'll talk more about that as we go through today's presentation. And folks, no rail trip is too complicated for us. So many great options to choose from when traveling with Amtrak Vacations. And let's talk about that. If you look at the top left-hand corner on your screen, folks, in the square, the nice little box, you can add on any destination. So maybe some of you might want to visit family or friends in other parts of the country. We can easily do that. You can add extra nights to personalize and customize the trip just the way you would like it. As I mentioned, you can start right from your local Amtrak train station. And if, again, you don't like to fly or drive, or you don't feel like flying or driving, you can take a trip round trip from your hometown. You also can upgrade your rail ticket. Folks, maybe you have a special anniversary coming up, a special birthday. Why not treat yourselves and your special guest for a real experience being in a sleeper? We're going to talk about that also later in today's presentation. And you can even add on sightseeing or upgrade to private tours as well. Now, packing for the train. Did you know you are allowed 2 free carry-on bags per person and 2 free pieces of checked luggage? Yes, up to 50 pounds per luggage, 50, up to 50 pounds per luggage. Last time I checked, most airlines, there's a charge even for your first piece of luggage unless you're part of a certain elite status. And did you know you can even check in as close in as 45 minutes prior to departure? We try to make it nice and easy for each and every one of you. Now, The question is, where can you travel to by train? Or really, what it should be is, where can you not travel to by train? You know, the train travels to 46 out of the 48 states in the continental United States, the lower 48. In fact, the only two states the trains do not physically go through are the states of South Dakota and Wyoming. And if you look at the map right there on your screen, folks, all the red lines represent all the trains. The white dots on the red lines represent all the different Amtrak train stations in the United States. And as I mentioned, there's over 500 that you can start or end your rail vacation at. And a little fun trivia for all of you. You know, in the year 2019, which was only just recently, over 33 million people traveled on board Amtrak. So if Amtrak was an airline, it would actually be the sixth largest airline in the United States. With that in mind, let's get started. And to kick off today's presentation on Glacier National Park, we're going to talk about our getaway. Did you know Glacier National Park is our #1 most popular selling destination in the United States? And you know why, folks? It's only open 4 months of the year: June, July, August, and September. That is it. And if you want to have a nice getaway, maybe you want to just get out of your house and go somewhere fun and travel domestically initially before traveling internationally eventually, well, we got you covered. And have you ever heard the saying, location, location, location? I know it applies more to real estate. Folks, this is the Amtrak train station located right at Glacier National Park. And that train you're looking at is known as the Empire Builder. So if any of you have on your bucket list or wish list to travel on the Empire Builder, this is the train that you travel on. Double-decker train. By the way, a little fun trivia, all the trains that travel from Chicago heading west out to Glacier National Park, out to some of those magnificent national parks, they are known as superliners. And all that means is they're double-decker trains. They're the largest in our fleet. Here's what I love about the train station at Glacier National Park. What you're looking at right here is located only about 209 steps away from the train station. You can literally walk to Glacier Park Lodge right from the Amtrak train station if you choose. They do have shuttles that can pick you up, load up your luggage, and bring you right to the lodge. But this is your home on this package or any of our packages to Glacier National Park, and it is absolutely spectacular. Now, again, for those of you who want just a nice quick getaway, here's a trip, 4 days, 3 nights, starting as low as $11.79 per person. Now, pricing that you see in today's presentation is based in double occupancy. So per person, this is the cost per person. We do have single rates available. The only add-on would be adding your rail from your local hometown Amtrak train station, all right? As well as if you want to upgrade to a sleeper. And again, we're going to talk about sleepers a little later in today's presentation. Now, for those of you that have Glacier National Park on your wish list, but you want to see many national parks all in one trip, then consider our Grand National Parks, where it not only includes Glacier National Park, but as you can see in the title, also includes Yellowstone and Yosemite. Now, this is a special trip because it starts and ends in Chicago. And I want to mention this because this is important to know. Folks, you can start and end wherever you are located. You don't have to go to and from Chicago. This is just a sample package. However, certainly if you don't mind flying, you can book your flights, or even better, again, you can book any of these trips through your local travel advisor who could book flights for you in and out of Chicago, and then we take care of the rest. Chicago, home of deep dish pizza. Here we have the Navy Pier, home of Wrigley Field, right? Even if you're not a baseball fan, folks, it's one of the most iconic baseball stadiums in the United States, right? Now, my own personal suggestion, check out Chicago's famous Second City Comedy Club, all right? This is a fun evening. You can take advantage of it at leisure on your own. Some of the most famous actors and actresses and comedians of today had their start at Chicago's famous Second City Comedy Club. Now, once you leave Union Station, which is such an iconic train station right there in the heart of downtown Chicago, you travel again on the Empire Builder. Before you travel on the Empire Builder, you travel on the train known as the California Zephyr, because the train that goes to Salt Lake City is the California Zephyr. And if you want to talk about a train that literally slices in and outside the mountains, especially in the great state of Colorado, that is the California Zephyr. I had the pleasure of going on that trip about 5 years ago. And what's great is Salt Lake City, folks, is what we consider the gateway to Yellowstone National Park. Now, the train does not physically go to Yellowstone National Park, as some of you may be aware. So what we do is we provide a motor coach transfer, which is a sightseeing tour, about a 4 to 5 hour journey with stops made along the way to bring you from Salt Lake City up into Yellowstone National Park. Now, we do offer the option, if you choose, to also have your own private car rental. And again, we or your local travel advisor can help you with all those arrangements. Once you get to Yellowstone National Park, folks, you will certainly not be disappointed. This is the oldest national park in the United States. And a little fun trivia for all of you. You know, if you take the states of Rhode Island and Delaware and combine them, both of those states are smaller than Yellowstone National Park. But as I mentioned, this package includes many national parks. So the next great city that you arrive in, which is the gateway to another national park, is San Francisco, famous for the beautiful bridge that we could see here, the Golden Gate Bridge, great Italian, Asian style cuisine, weather on an average in the 60s to 70s daily with very little to no humidity. And again, also the gateway to another national park, Yosemite National Park, home of El Capitan, home of Half Dome. And one thing to keep in mind on any of these national parks, whether it's Glacier National Park, Yellowstone, Yosemite, we always include sightseeing during 1 or 2 of the days that you are there. And in some cases, it could be a half-a-day sightseeing tour with a local tour guide, or in the case of Glacier National Park, it's a full-day guided tour with a local tour guide. But we also want to give you free time at leisure. So you'll have not only sightseeing included in each of these national parks from a local tour guide, and that'll be prearranged for you ahead of time, but you'll also have free time to explore on your own, including Glacier National Park. You know, there's over 1 million acres at Glacier National Park. And as I mentioned, folks, only open in the months of June, July, August, and September, with the majority of the national park being located in the great state of Montana. So if you have on your bucket list and your wish list to see multiple national parks in one trip and not have to worry about driving, dealing with traffic, following the signs, where to go, or flying from one destination to the next, because last time I checked, folks, if clouds look the same wherever we fly, anywhere, not only in the US, but anywhere in the world, why not see more of our own backyard? And you can do that. Let's continue on. Now, what's great about our trips, too, is not all the trips have to be round trip. You could start in one great city and end in another, such as this package, Glacier National Park Express, also starting in the great city of Chicago, all right? And again, you could start wherever you're located and then connect in through Chicago. And we or your local travel advisor can certainly build that into your package. But you'll have plenty of time to spend in this great city. Such an awesome, awesome area to be before traveling overnight on the Empire Builder, arriving in Glacier National Park. Now, I will mention in the summer months, we also offer a lake cruise along Lake McDonald, which happens to be the largest lake in all of Glacier National Park. So if you're traveling in July and August, keep an eye out for that, because that's a nice, fun treat. And this particular package ends in Seattle. Now, when you arrive in Seattle, you do spend some time here, home of the Space Needle, all right, home of Jimi Hendrix, right? And also, believe it or not, home of the first Starbucks that ever opened up back in 1971 and is still operating today over in Pike's Marketplace. Great seafood, great atmosphere, great waterfront. You will certainly not be disappointed. And here's a map of what it looks like. And I should mention, if you look at the map here, just like it relates to all the maps that I've shown previously, the red lines, again, represent the train. And by the way, the number 1 in a red triangle that you can see, not only from Chicago to Glacier, but also from Glacier to Seattle, that just tells you those are overnights on board the train, where you have the option to upgrade to a private sleeper. And folks, I would recommend for my own family, anytime you are traveling overnight on a train, as long as it fits within your price point and budget, always consider to upgrade to a private sleeper. And I'm going to talk more about the advantages, but I'll share one with you right now. Not only do you have your own private accommodations on board the train, you also have all your meals included from the city you depart from until the city you arrive in, automatically when you are in a sleeper. One of many great advantages. And we're going to talk about more of those advantages and benefits in a little bit. As we continue on, how about Whitefish and Glacier National Park. See, we not only have a Glacier National Park getaway, we have a Whitefish, which is located near Glacier, another very popular area. Some of you might be into skiing, very popular for skiing. But again, if you want to go to Glacier, you can certainly go at prime time. It's open June, July, August, and September. And folks, I wanted to show this picture right here. All right. This is called a red jammer bus. And by the way, did I mention on one of the days on every package we offer, we have a full day guided tour. I went on this trip, folks, and this is your mode of transportation. It picks you up right at the front doorstep of Glacier Park Lodge. Typically around 8:30 in the morning. You'll make a couple stops along the way, pick up some other individuals, and then it is into the park. Your driver is your local tour guide, and he or she is with you the entire day. All right. So you'll have plenty of time to take pictures, videos, lunches at leisure on your own. Okay. And there's a nice restaurant that we'll stop at, giving each of you some free time to have a little bite to eat. And then it's sightseeing in the afternoon, where, by the way, guess what? You also will have an opportunity to meet some of the local park rangers. And this is a full day, because then after sightseeing, it brings you back and you'll arrive back at Glacier Park Lodge right before dinner time. And being in the lodge, folks, is such a great highlight. All right. So keep that in mind. The last package I want to highlight, folks, is Glacier National Park and Mt Rainier Discovery. Now, again, Glacier, absolutely amazing. Mt Rainier, absolutely amazing. This package, again, similar to Glacier Park Express, starts in one great city and ends in another. As you can see, it is very similar to our Glacier Park Express, Glacier National Park Express, but it does include Mt Rainier if that is on your wish list as well. Let's talk about the seating and sleeping accommodations and what it is like on board the train. And before I do, let me just mention, did you know when you upgrade to a private sleeper, you have priority separate boarding? So keep that in mind. And we're going to talk about that in just a minute. But before we do, even any of you that are traveling in coach seating during the day, any day trips that you travel, maybe you're traveling from your local hometown Amtrak station on your way to the national park, or on your way to Chicago where you're traveling during the day, rest assured you will enjoy the experience. Why not train versus plane? Why not rail versus sail? Take a look at the leg room here, folks. All right. Many of us would have to pay a premium for this type of leg room on an airline. We'd have to be in business or first class and pay double or triple the price. You don't need to do that even in coach seating. Now, if you look at this picture too, folks, I'm going to give you one of the biggest highlights right here, right now. There are no middle seats, folks. All right, let me repeat that. There are no middle seats. So what does that mean? Unlike an airline where you could be stuck in a middle seat with folks on either side of you, on board the train, there's 2 extra large seats on one side, 2 extra large seats on the other. That is a huge advantage. Also, as you can see in the picture, you have your own little private outlet. You can charge your iPhone, your mobile device, your iPad, your laptop. All right? Any electronic devices. Also, plenty of space above the overhead for your carry-on. So keep in mind, even in coach seating, how comfortable it is. But let's talk about the important things to know about private sleeping accommodation, especially as we are traveling out west, in particular to Glacier National Park or any of the other national parks, which to me is really one of the biggest highlights. It's part of the entire vacation. The journey on board the train is part of the overall vacation. Now, did you know when you upgrade to private sleepers, not only do you have private or priority separate boarding, as I mentioned, you have a dedicated car attendant, plus included toiletries, bottled water, and coffee. You have your own privacy door. And folks, I'm going to give you another big advantage. You ready? When you upgrade to a private sleeper and that door is closed and those curtains are closed, guess what, folks? If you want to take off your facial covering or mask, which it would be required out in the open areas, when you are in your own private room where that door is closed and those curtains are closed, guess what, folks? You can take off your mask or facial covering if you choose. It's as if you are in your own private hotel room on board the train. So keep that in mind. And I will mention the doors do lock from the inside as well. Now, what's also nice is about 2 years ago, Amtrak decided to allow all the passengers to order hot, fresh items off the menu for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and even have them delivered to your own private sleepers. So folks, you have this option if you choose to have meals delivered right to your own private sleepers, or certainly dine in the dining room. Now, what you're looking at right here, folks, this is the most popular and the most affordable sleeping category of any sleepers on board the train. This is a roomette. And as you can see, you can sit back, relax, enjoy the sight scenery sounds along the journey, maybe read a book, listen to a little music. And again, when that door is closed and those curtains are closed, folks, as you can see in the picture, you can certainly take off your facial covering or mask if you choose. Did you know there's also a room attendant, a car attendant that is available only for folks that are in sleepers to help you with any questions that you may have, to help take dinner reservations, certainly in the evening or on any of the long distance overnight trains, including the Empire Builder out to Glacier National Park, as well as help with turn down service. Let me show you a larger diagram of what a roomette looks like. And as you can see, it is bunk bed style. All right. Now, what you don't see inside of a roomette is its own private toilet and shower. But remember, it's our most popular and our most affordable. Why? Because right down the hall, we have what we call private yet shared toilets, showers, and vanities. And the only people that can use them are only people that are in sleepers. Now, you know yourselves the best. If you want your own private toilet, shower, and vanity inside of your room, then consider upgrading one more level, which is a little bit more expensive, but certainly worth it, where you can get a larger room and those amenities, and that is a bedroom. And as I mentioned, again, not only is it larger in size, as you can see here, what you may not be able to notice looking at this picture is the lower bunk bed is also 1.5 times as wide as the top bunk bed. So it actually allows a little more room if you want more room in the bottom, or room for a small child. And even on some of our trains, folks, guess what? You can even request to have adjoining bedrooms. Yes, 2 bedrooms side by side. So maybe you're a family of 5. Maybe you're traveling with your children or grandchildren and you want to be next to each other where you can open up the door in the middle. We have that available on some of our trains as well. And again, you can give us a call, or even better, contact your local travel advisor. Now, as I mentioned, bedrooms do have their own in-room restroom and their own in-room shower. And as you can see, it is a little bit larger in size than a roomette. I will also mention we have accessible rooms. Now, these are limited, so if anyone does need them, just let us or let your local travel advisor know. Now, I promised all of you I would talk about our maximum flexibility offer. So here it is, folks. Wherever, whenever you are viewing and watching and listening to today's pre-recorded on-demand webinar, any of you that make a small deposit on an average of only $250 per person to travel anytime this year, anytime next year, or even into 2024. Once you have deposited, folks, if you did need to change or postpone your trip, whatever the reason is, you automatically qualify for a maximum flexibility offer as long as you deposit before April 30th of 2022. And we are waiving any and all change and cancellation fees if you did need to change your trip, the duration, or even the destination of your vacation. Really, I call maximum flexibility our peace of mind offer. Now, before we wrap up today's pre-recorded on-demand webinar, did you know we have what we call our everyday discounts? So any of you that are traveling with children or grandchildren, if they're between the ages of 2 and 12, do you know they can get 50% off? Yes, 50, 50% off the cost of the rail ticket within a package. Now, it is based in coach seating, but that is a great discount. Last time I checked, most airlines don't have any discounts for children. We do. Also, anybody that's 65 or older, you can qualify for 10% off on the rail portion of a package, which again is the ticket within the package. Hotels, sites, meals, you can qualify for up to 10% off. Military, first off, thank you so much for your service. You know, you, your dependents, the spouses can get up to 10% off. Again, also on the rail portion of any package. And all these, again, are based in coach seating, but certainly great discounts as our way of saying thank you to each and every one of you. Folks, I hope you have been inspired to pick up that phone, to give us a call, or even better, contact your local travel advisor, because one thing's for sure, people want to have something to look forward to, whether it's around the corner in the next few days, the next few months, the next few years, because again, you can book to travel anytime in 2022, 2023, or even into 2024. We are open Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time to 7 p.m., as well as on Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Our phone number is listed right there. And as I mentioned, you can also book any of these trips through your local travel advisor, who could also even book any flights for you, either one way or round trip. On behalf of Amtrak Vacations, folks, thank you so much. Wherever, whenever you are viewing today's pre recorded on demand webinar, I wish each and every one of you a fantastic rest of the day, a fantastic morning, afternoon, evening, week, weekend. And we look forward to having you, your friends, and family on board soon. Take care, everyone. Bye bye.